Thank you so much for joining me today on Just Praise Him Radio. I'm your host, Glenda Lomax, and my job is to inspire you to a closer walk with Christ. Now here's the show. Hello, believers. Welcome to the first JPH radio show mini podcast. This is going to be a mini podcast. It's a new thing that I'm trying out to share like tidbits with y'all and revelations with you before I forget about them so you don't miss out on them. And I want y'all to tell me if you like this, if this helps you. If it helps you, then I'll continue doing it. If it doesn't help anybody, then I won't. Okay, today's mini podcast is going to be talking about the Jezebel spirit. A lot of y'all deal with Jezebel, so you know why I teach on it so much. And I'm sorry to say that the reason I know so much about Jezebel is because I have dealt with one for years. Very long, painful years. Okay. If you've read the Old Testament, which you should have, and if you have not, you should. The story in the Old Testament about Elijah and Ahab and Jezebel is what teaches you about the spirit of Jezebel. And you have to look close to find the details. Any place that you find prophetic people, you will always find Jezebels not too far away. Jezebel is not a minor demon. I'm going to call her a she, but actually demons aren't male or female. Jezebel is a witchcraft spirit that controls and manipulates horribly. I can't even tell you how horribly. She's a very greedy spirit too, by the way. She is known to snuggle up to whoever is in power whenever she can, and believe me, she can. She can manifest in both males and females, but she is far more common in females. She is a seductive spirit, and it is extremely common for her to use her feminine wiles and all that implies to get what she wants. She has no integrity, so don't expect any. One thing that you will notice if a Jezebel is after you is you will lose your peace. She will lie to whoever she needs to and slander you until the cows come home, and she probably won't stop then to get what she wants. She has no problem with people dying so she can get what she wants, and she will help them. And I have seen that, so I'm not making this up, y'all. I have seen it, but there's also a story in the Bible where she did that. Jezebel always points at other people when there's blame to be placed. It was never her, you understand. Because she is a witchcraft spirit, witchcraft works with the mind. She always brings confusion of mind to those dealing with her. So if you start encountering, let's say that you are in the workplace, you go to work every day, and somebody new gets hired, and let's say that maybe you're in a position higher than her, and she decides she wants your job. She wants your position to be vacated. So she starts coming after you, slandering you. But she'll pretend to be your friend, okay? That's because she needs to get information from you so she knows how to complete her mission. When you start dealing with her and encountering her a lot, you will find that your mind will get foggy. Everything that happens, it wasn't her. Okay? If you have a lot of personal encounters with a person that's, when I say a Jezebel, I mean a person manifesting a Jezebel. They will gaslight you. They will try to convince you you are crazy, that you are the one that has a problem. Everybody else is okay, it's just you. No matter what they did, it wasn't them. Okay, so understand that up front. No matter what they did, even if you were standing there looking at them when they did it, it wasn't them. They will appear as the most charming, charismatic people you have ever met. And this is how they worm their way into the pastor's inner circle, in with your family, in with your friends, in with your boss, in with whoever they have to get in with to get what they want. Anytime you have very many encounters with a Jezebel spirit, your emotions will get stirred up. They will become very magnified very quickly. One thing Jezebel does consistently is find your trigger points. And they can say something to you that it don't even sound like they're being passive aggressive, and they're being passive aggressive, okay? Generally, you will only encounter Jezebels in these two instances. One, when you have power or position or something else they want. Number two, when you are in their way and they are trying to destroy you. And that can be for one of two reasons. One, you have something they want. Two, you have told them no. The best test to find out if a Jezebel spirit is in someone you think it's in is just tell them no when they want something from you. Just say no. They will flip out. They will just completely, you will think they have lost their mind. They will flip out on you so bad. And you will become the enemy. When you don't give them what they want, you are the enemy. Okay? Just understand that. They can destroy you and smile while they are doing it, look innocent to everyone else and say it wasn't them, and make you look like the bad guy while playing the victim, and do it all at the same time without ever breaking a sweat. I've seen this again and again. Believe it. This is classic Jezebel behavior. Classic. Jezebel always brings division wherever she goes. Jezebel is a spirit that many pastors know to watch out for because she will split a church right down the middle. She will split a church when she wants behind the pulpit. She always brings division. When they are setting you up, when a Jezebel is setting you up, they will go and badmouth you to person A. And then they will come to you and badmouth person A to you. And they do this to keep you from talking to person A and finding out that they also badmouth you to them. Okay? And at the same time they're doing this, they make themselves look like a good friend to person A. And then they come to you and try to look like a good friend to you at the same time. But in reality, they're just a nasty old Jezebel spirit. And Jezebel don't care about anybody but herself. Period. That spirit cares about nobody but herself. And when she manifests in somebody, that's the traits they'll pick up. And when she isn't talking bad about you, she is insinuating, well, you know how so-and-so is. And then just kind of leaves that sentence hanging. Because it might just start out with her just making them doubt you just a little bit. Okay? She's planting demonic seeds. And she's going to capitalize on them in a short period of time. She is out to destroy you, and she does not care how she does it, and she does not care how bad it hurts you. In fact, she rather enjoys when you're in pain. She enjoys watching people suffer. I've never seen another spirit that enjoys that more than this one. It is extremely painful when this spirit manifests through someone you love. It is very, very difficult. Especially if you have to cut ties with them. That happened to me, and it's hard, y'all. I can't even tell you how hard it is. Another thing that is very difficult is when you see that Jezebel spirit go after somebody you love and try to destroy them. That is so hurtful. That's hard. It is common to experience depression when you are dealing with a Jezebel spirit. It makes you feel like there's no way to win and there's no hope. Elijah experienced this. I'm going to read you that in just a second. You will experience a lot of fatigue when you begin dealing with a Jezebel spirit. You will get so tired. This is one of the things that once you learn that it makes you tired, it makes you depressed, then you'll learn that when you feel those things, that's what's going on. Okay? Let me read you from 1 Kings chapter 19 when Elijah was having to encounter with Jezebel. And Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, and withal how he had slain all the prophets with the sword. Jezebel had 450 prophets that worshipped Baal. And Elijah told Ahab, he said, gather me those prophets. And Ahab, for whatever reason, did what Elijah said, which is surprising, since he was married to Jezebel. And so Elijah killed them all. So Ahab went back and told Jezebel, hey, they're all dead. And Jezebel sent a messenger unto Elijah, saying, so let the gods do to me, and more also, if I make not thy life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when Elijah saw that, he arose and went for his life and came to Beersheba, which belonged to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness and came and sat down under a juniper tree. And he requested for himself that he might die, and said, it's enough now, Lord. Take away my life, for I'm not better than my fathers. And he lay and he slept under a juniper tree. Behold, then an angel touched him and said unto him, arise and eat. And the angel had brought him food and water. And the angel kept coming back. And the second time the angel said, arise and eat, because the journey is too great for you. It's too great for thee. And he arose and he ate, and went in the strength of that meat 40 days and 40 nights unto Oreb in the mount of God. So he was depressed. He said, Lord, just take me home. I can't do this. I'm no better than my fathers. Take me home. He was tired. He laid down and he went to sleep because he was tired, because he had encountered Jezebel and she was chasing him. And he was depressed. Take my life. I don't want it anymore. Take me home. That's like similar to, it's not a suicidal spirit, but it's like that. He's given up. And Elijah was probably the greatest prophet in all the Bible. I mean, he did all these, I don't even know how many miracles, but it was a lot of miracles. Lots of miracles. So these are the things that happen to you when you start encountering a Jezebel. And when one gets after you, it's bad, y'all. So it's very common to experience depression and extreme fatigue when you're encountering Jezebel, or when you're dealing with the Jezebel. Exasperating is the best word I can think of to describe how this spirit makes you feel most of the time. It is exhausting to deal with. She is a vile, evil, ugly spirit. One trait that you will find in someone manifesting Jezebel is they always expect to be worshipped and waited on. Have y'all ever seen somebody marry a female, and then that female expected to be worshipped, and they expected the husband to do everything and they didn't do anything? When you see that, this is the spirit you're seeing manifest. And she will not lift a finger to do anything for him. Except, let me tell you this. Jezebel, to appear good in the eyes of other people, will always do the appropriate thing in the eyes of the people. If someone has a birthday, they will bring an appropriate gift. Not because they care, but because they are trying to keep up a certain image, and she's hiding behind that facade. She will do the appropriate thing. And part of that is her scheme, so that she can stay in good graces with people that she might need to carry out her evil plan. Okay? So they expect to be worshipped and waited on. But I'll tell you what, you will not see this spirit serving nobody but herself. She has many of the same traits and behaviors as a narcissist. There is a fabulously educational page on Facebook called Narcissism and Emotional Abuse. If you are dealing with a Jezebel, go to that page, because you won't feel so alone, because it makes you feel so alone. That page, they make so many posts, and they talk about, they don't call it Jezebel, they call it a narcissist. But I'm telling you, it is the same traits. They are the same traits. I wish that I could offer you more hope if you're fighting a Jezebel, but I have not had any luck in delivering people of those. In fact, I have never encountered anyone with a strong manifestation of Jezebel that even wanted deliverance, because she's never wrong, remember? That's all I have for y'all in this mini podcast. I hope that this is helpful to you. If you are dealing with a Jezebel, I feel so much sympathy for you. I can't even tell you. I really have not found much that helps other than move as far away from them as you can and cut the ties with them. Cut all ties. And cut all ungodly soul ties with them. The Lord moved me to Arkansas because of the Jezebel that was after me in Texas, y'all. That's why he moved me to Arkansas. I would much rather be in my beautiful Texas. I love Texas. I was born in Texas. I don't idolize Texas, but I love it. It's a very unique state, and I would much rather be there, but I can't be there. because God didn't tell me I could go back. Anyway, my advice always has been for years to anybody that's having to deal with a Jezebel is get as far from them as you can, cut all the ties, and then cut all ungodly soul ties with them as well, so that the stuff can't come through the soul ties. That's what I did, and it does not completely solve the problem, but it sure helps you get your peace back, because you will have no peace when you're around a Jezebel, or when you have to work with one, or God forbid, I've worked for them before. That's really miserable. But it's miserable no matter what position you are in relation to them. It's just miserable to be around one, you know. It's not an ordinary minor-sized demon. She is a major demon. Well, that's all I have for y'all in this mini podcast. Thanks for listening. Jesus bless you. Y'all have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in today to Just Praise Him Radio. You can contact me by mail at my new address, JPH Inc., Glenda Lomax, P.O. Box 60, Glencoe, Arkansas 72539, or by email at jphtoday@gmail.com. JPH is not affiliated with any nonprofit organization, church, or denomination. Have you ever gone through a time in your life where suddenly it just felt like your whole life was falling apart? I call these experiences the wilderness experiences. Wilderness experiences are a time of great uncertainty and change. There are times when our faith is tried and refined. After many experiences, the Lord spoke to me to write the Wilderness Companion, which is a virtual roadmap through the desert times of your life. Find out why you've been led to the wilderness. Find out what the biggest hindrance is to receiving provision in the wilderness. Find out what the 7 temptations of the wilderness are. Drastically cut the time you spend in the wilderness by learning how to partner with the Lord instead of working against Him. Every Christian needs to read The Wilderness Companion. It's by Glenda Lomax, and it's available on Amazon.com or wingsofprophecy.com. Amazon.com, The Wilderness Companion by Glenda Lomax. Sidewalk Flowers Volume 1 is a collection of 58 short inspirational readings that will uplift, comfort, and encourage readers from every walk of life. Sidewalk Flowers includes inspirational tales and topics taken from the lives of everyday people who exhibited extraordinary wisdom, kindness, and courage while traveling the sidewalks of life. Get your copy of Sidewalk Flowers Volume 1 today, available in print and new audiobook. Sidewalk Flowers Volume 1 by Glenda Lomax, available on Amazon.com, in print or new audiobook.
There is no one on earth who has not been wronged at some time in their life. Everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has been hurt by someone. The pain you have suffered does not make you special. It is what you do with that pain that sets you apart. Life can make you bitter, or it can make you better. You choose. The only difference between the two is the I.
Have you struggled with the promises of healing in the Holy Bible, not understanding why you could not make them yours? Have you tried reading, listening, confessing, and everything else you can think of, only to fall back into sickness again? Would you like to learn the truth about biblical healing once and for all in a way that is understandable and easy to apply in your own life? Learn the steps to healing and why they must be done in order. Learn why you confess over and over that you're healed and you still do not see the manifestation. Get your copy of The Healing Companion in print, Kindle, or new audiobook, available now on Amazon.com. The Healing Companion by Glenda Lomax, available now on Amazon.com.
Do you trust me to heal you? Yes, Lord, I trust you. Of course I trust you. I tried hard not to panic. Why was he asking me that? He did not say why he asked me that question, but I pondered it for weeks. Inside, I was more than a little bit concerned that I knew why he was asking me. Not because he wanted or needed assurance I trusted him to heal me, but because he wanted me to be assured I trusted him to heal me.